Good morning, everybody, and welcome to meeting number 2 on career development. My name is Dan, and I have not forced, I don't think, but invited Jasmine to join us. Jasmine, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, great to see you.
Yes, it's always a pleasure.
Well, we're going to talk everybody a little bit about career development, and I wanted to interview Jasmine because she's a great example of someone that's doing some interesting things. So to go back to our conversation from last week, we talked about how people work for a paycheck, but then there's some who will literally die for a cause. And I don't mean like death, but they're passionate about what they're doing. And the third idea that I had was for all of us, we want to have a plan for growth. And the statement was work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And I wasn't suggesting be lazy at work and just work on yourself, but working on ourselves assures a future that sometimes is not possible if we don't create it. So that being said, I wanted to ask Jasmine a few questions because she's going through a season of growth, and I'm pretty sure she's always growing. But that being said, Jasmine, talk to us a little bit about this season that you're in now, because I know you're looking at graduate school and you're looking at some new learning. But talk to us a little bit about what you're up to.
Yes. So I first want to share that one of my favorite quotes is a quote by Maya Angelou, and she says, "My mission in life is not to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with passion, compassion, humor, and style." And so I've just been living my life by that quote. And I turned 30 last year. I'll be 31 in 5 days. And so I had that moment of reflection where I was kind of looking at my life and I'm going, okay, thriving in this area, thriving in that area, but, kind of surviving, living paycheck to paycheck, if you will, in some areas. I'm kind of, not where I want to be. And so I'm looking at those areas and saying, okay, how can I grow? How can I be better? What can I do? And what is the next step?
Okay. So like in thinking about that, and by the way,
Mhm.
I'm gonna need an ID check because I don't believe the 30. I'm pretty sure that's not true. But anyway, we'll check that later. But that being said, like what's kind of on your mind right now as you look ahead to kind of climbing and growth? What are you thinking about?
I am thinking about my family. I'm thinking
Okay.
about my community.
Okay.
I'm thinking about just that dream that I had. I'm thinking about even just the college graduate, that person that stepped across that stage in 2015, which I graduated back in 2015, and I just remember like how excited I was, the dreams that I had, the goals that I had, and then
Right.
I just kind of looked at back and like, okay, 8 years, what happened? Where are we? Am I still feeling the same way? What has changed?
Okay.
And I got to that point where I'm like, okay, I thought I was going to go to graduate school 2 years after I graduated, but 2 years, like I said, turned into 8. And
Yeah.
so now we're here and it's time.
Okay. So we've got graduate school on the horizon. Can you
Yes.
give us a little sneak peek about what you want to learn and what that looks like?
Yes.
Okay.
So my passion has always been health and wellness. I've always been passionate about helping my community grow and thrive and be the best that it can be. And so that is going to be through public administration. I've been looking at different programs. At first, I thought it was public health, but then I said, just been researching different programs, and public administration is the one that I landed on. It'll be a local school here in Houston. So I'm
Okay.
excited.
Now, going to grad school and working and being a mom and being a wife, that's plenty of work right there. What advice would you have for people that might be considering going back to school that have busy lives like you do? Like, what are your thoughts on how to make that all happen?
I would say time. Our
Okay.
biggest asset is time. Um, I know I can't go back and change it, but if it's better just to start now than to
Okay.
wait. Whatever it is in your mind that's holding you back, I
Right.
just say, just find some ways to overcome it. For me, I thought it was my fear was just not being where I wanted to be. I was scared to take that next step and making the wrong
Okay.
decision or choosing the wrong program and not, it not ending well. But
Right.
I just feel like you just have to do it and go for it.
Okay.
It's only so much reading and, only so much research that you can do before you can make the best calculated decision. Everything is going to be a risk. And so you just have to take that leap and hope for the best.
Wow, I like that. Okay. So like, is there a grand vision of, let's say that when I get my degree, I'm going to go do this, or is it more like I'll learn as I go? Is there like a clear-cut vision of what you're trying to do beyond the master's degree graduation?
Yes, dream goal is so I'm in Houston, and so
Yes.
City of Houston Health Department, some type of um, look, yeah, that
Okay.
would be dream.
Wow. Okay. So City of Houston Health Department, I will be
Yes,
there to see you in just a few years. I'm getting ready right now. Okay.
absolutely.
Last question I have for you. What's the benefit of charting your own course? Obviously, you're a responsible, hardworking employee at Aclara you're loved by everybody. That being said, what's the benefit though of saying, I value the work I'm doing, but I've got more in me. There's more growth I want to chase. What's the benefit of that?
Ooh, I think it is, and it's gonna look different for everyone.
Okay.
But everyone's idea of success is different. But like I said, it goes back to me for that quote
Okay.
that my mission in life is to survive. And
Wow.
and while I love what I do at Aclara,
Yeah.
it's second nature for me. And I know that there are things that I've been wanting to do and that are greater and beyond what I'm currently doing. And like I said, nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it might be something internal. It might be a way that I can do what I envision within.
Right.
But I think the benefit is just that internal happiness, that
Wow.
internal feeling of what, this is something that I've envisioned, this is something that I wanted to do, and then
Yep.
being able to check that off the list and saying, okay, I've done it, I did it, I made
Wow.
it happen.
I love it. So to close us out, feedback, advice, encouragement for anyone that's listening about their future. Any thoughts given what you're chasing?
Yes, I look, the biggest thing is that victim mentality. I think that for me was the biggest thing that I had to overcome.
Yeah.
Um, I job hopped over the last 8 years, and there were different opportunities for growth, and I took
Sure.
them, and I wasn't chosen, or I didn't get selected, and I didn't let that hold me back from moving forward. It was okay. What do you think, some things that I could work on? What are some, weaknesses? And so I found other jobs, other positions
Yeah.
that where I would be working on that skill. And so now I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, I've done everything. I've gotten this experience. I've worked in, different areas. And I'm at that point where I just want to further my education. And I think that's the last key. I have all the experience, the skills. And so now it's just furthering the education and getting ready for that next step and taking that
Wow.
leap.
When you take over the world, is there a place for people like me, or like should we be nervous, or like what do you think?
Yes, it's a place for everybody. Look, I
Oh,
want
okay, good.
everybody to be happy, healthy, thriving, living.
Oh, okay.
And yes.
Okay. Well, Jasmine, thank you so much for bringing us into the living room of your mind in terms of like the growth that you're about to pursue, and also just kind of walking us through the last 8 years. I'm excited about this next season that's right around the corner for you.
Same.
Sounds
And I
good.
just, I motivate and want everyone else to just know that, sometimes it might be money, might be the motivation. Maybe it's, more time with your family.
Yep.
Maybe it's like I said, a new skill, whatever it is. I just feel like, push yourself, go for it, ask questions, get a mentor, do whatever you need to do, read books. Even if you're like, you don't have the money for furthering your education, there's a lot of
Sure.
ebooks and books out there that you can read. So there is so many different ways that you can grow and develop within your career without going back to school.
Beautiful. Well, gosh, hey, fun to talk to you. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for joining. Hope you're still on. Anyway, have a great day. Jasmine, thank you.
Thank you.